Last episode in Ron Sailing, we celebrated our birthdays in Sweden. Picked up our American visas in Copenhagen. Visited friends in Denmark. Went flying over Skåne. And spent time on the beach. We came back to the boatyard in Curacao, and we had Ron moved from the storage area and relaunched her back in the water. Welcome home.
Yeah, a lot of luggage.
4 weeks being closed.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It looks good so far. And no
mold.
No mold, no leaks.
How hot is it?
I mean, of course it's hot. It's 39 degrees Celsius in here, so yeah, it's hot. But
and the batteries were okay?
The batteries are good. They've been charged. They are fully charged.
Operation Moving Run is done. Moored alongside this boat that had very, very small cleats. We started to get settled again in the boat, and after 4 weeks, Ron had quite a lot of dirt dust on her. And down below, there were things everywhere.
Are you warm, Molly? Sweating a bit?
Do you get this on film? Can you see all my sweat? And this has just come from doing nothing. I'm just sitting here trying to work while we still have internet. It's 40 degrees Celsius down here. And you're trying to work and do things, and everything you do, you can do it for 5 minutes and then you just have to take a break, and because it's so warm. To escape the pressing heat in the boatyard, we got ready to leave and go to our anchorage.
Emma Bridge.
We passed the floating bridge and came out on open ocean and turned south. It's a bumpy ride going back to Spanish water.
Yeah.
The forecast says that, as always, the winds are from the east, northeast. And we are now heading south, and we have the wind straight against us, blowing 22, 25 knots. The forecast said 15. So you cannot count on the forecast when you're sailing on this coast. It must be something that the waves and the wind wraps around the south point of the island and they go up north. It's pretty bumpy. We're doing like 4 knots at 1900 RPM.
you can tell that's a really big difference just because we have new anti-fouling on the hull. That she's much faster now. Normally, with the growth we had before we hauled her out, I guess we've been doing like, I don't know, 3 knots maybe in these conditions, but now we do 4 to 5, so that's a big difference, and I guess it will be even more when we start sailing.
We anchored at our old spot, and our neighbor, the old sea dog Barry, came to greet us.
Hey!
I am super excited because finally we have a Watermaker! Take a look at all these beautiful things. And when Mastermind Johan puts all these together, this machine is gonna make salt water to fresh water, so drinking water. This is amazing. And we teamed up with Rich Boren from Cruise RO Watermaker, and he gave us a really good deal, which made it possible for us to buy a Watermaker. A couple of months back, when we were in St. Martin, we had the Watermaker sent to our friend Wouter, since it's a tax-free island.
You're good, Doug? Should I? Yeah. Tie you down there?
Yeah, I'm good.
But before installing it, we needed a new through hull, and that we got done on the Hard in Curacao.
So I just drilled a hole in my boat. So this is the thickness of the hull. I think it's 6 millimeters.
So we are ready to go. In this crazy heat, I'm already sweating, sorry for that. And yeah, we're gonna put this thing together.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
The Watermaker is a Cruise RO Seamaker 20. It produces 20 gallons, about 80 liters an hour. The philosophy of Cruise RO is that it should be easy to find spare parts all over the world. So all the parts are industry standard that are easy to obtain. Being a pretty big unit, it's not ideal to run it from the batteries and inverter, at least not with lead acid batteries. So we decided to get a small Honda generator. When running the Watermaker with power from the Honda, we also get about 40 amps charge to our batteries as a bonus.
After we decided where to place the Watermaker in the boat, we went to town to buy material. Every morning there's a free bus from the dinghy dock to a grocery store, and close by is a ship chandlery and a hardware store. And so this is the current state on Ron. We just came back from buying the wood and a little bit of groceries. We got totally soaked in water as usual because it's quite far to go from the dinghy dock. It takes around at least 10 minutes and it's against the waves and the wind. And we always get really wet. So we just hang up all the clothes, had to take a quick shower to rinse off the salt water. And of course all the wood also got wet, so now it's drying. So maybe we should start a carpentry, Johan.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like it right now.
I'm taking away this old insulation that was in here. You know, because this boat was a liveaboard up in Sweden, so there is insulation everywhere. But this is really old insulation, and yeah, we need to get rid of that before we put new walls in here. It used to be a water heater that was sitting here. That's why all these holes are through this wall here. So yeah, I'm cleaning this place up, and I'm going to change some of the plywood here, and I make a new floor, and put in some yeah, I will paint it, and yeah, we'll see where it leads. Yeah, so the Watermaker installation has begun. It's hot, sweaty, and but we'll get there in a couple of days
Or weeks.
Yeah, you know, it's just these preparations before, because we want to do this good, you know. It's a lot of money in a Watermaker, so of course you want to have it, put it in a good place, and in a tidy place. So that's why I want to fix this up before we start the real installation of the Watermaker. And I guess these preparations will take more time than the actual installation of the Watermaker. It's a total mess at the moment, and will probably be so for a couple of days. What are you doing?
Editing. Working on a new episode. This is the only place that is where I can sit and work right now. It's going all right. So what is this glue for?
It's a new wall in the locker here, and I'm gluing it with polyurethane glue, I think it's called in English. It's glue that it hardens with the moisture in the air. Back in Sweden, at least in winter time, you need to spray the surface with some water before you use it. But I guess here you can already see that it's reacting with the moisture in the air. It's getting white. So I think I need to hurry up, because it's really humid here now, so it's a bit hard to work with this glue here because of that, because it reacts so fast. You can see it's all already starting to expand.
Working on the boat becomes so much harder when you live on it at the same time. There's wood dust and things everywhere, and you can't really tidy up each day, since it will get messy again and it takes too much time.
Yeah, so it starts to look like something now, at least. Oh, it's so hot in here. So this is the box. There's going to be another wall here. Not too high though, because I want to have access to this area, the bilge. Yes, another wall, and then I'm going to paint all this white with a 2-component white polyurethane paint. The big pump, or the high pressure pump, will sit here, and the boost pump will sit here. And then the pipes will go through this wall, and on the other side in here I will have the the control panel and filters, the pre-filters and the carbon filter that you use when you backflush the system from the tanks.
Hi.
Almost. It's so, I'm soaking wet with sweat.
Before painting the box, I covered the joints with epoxy.
We made a shelf in the closet where we can store things, and underneath, the pre- and backflush filters, the strainer and control panel will be installed. It smells really strong.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm ready to paint.
Looks nice.
Yes, it's gonna be very warm.
And where's the gloves?
There we are.
All right.
Okay. So this is the space that I'm gonna paint today. I'm gonna paint these 3 walls white. This one, our new shelf, is gonna be white as well. And the same walls down here. This is where the panel for the Watermaker is gonna be. So hot. It's really sucking paint,
Yeah, I
the
know.
wood.
I think we need to buy another one.
Yeah.
Last screw in. So I think we should try to make some water.
So the Watermaker is installed and ready to start making water. So I'm gonna give you a quick explanation of the different parts of the Watermaker. Part number 1 is underneath this floor, and it's a through hole to which we have installed a hose where the water comes in from the ocean and goes to the front of the boat into the closet. So let's check that out. So the seawater comes through the hose and goes up to the strainer. So after the strainer, this boost pump sucks the water from the strainer, and then it pushes it back into the front to the pre-filters. After the water has gone through the pre-filters, it comes through this green pipe or hose to the high pressure pump. From the high pressure pump, the water pushes through this blue hose and through the RO membrane, the reverse osmosis membrane. And this is where the magic happens. So the water that has gone through the membrane and has turned to fresh water comes into this little blue hose, goes via the panel, and then it goes down to our water tanks, which are underneath here and here. Cheers.
Cheers. Spanish water's water.
Salt water that now is drinking water.
Yeah.
That is pretty amazing.
Pretty cool.
We have a Watermaker!
Yes, we have. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this episode. I hope you found it somewhat informative with this Watermaker installation. Maybe you can find some help from it. And yeah.
If you have any questions, just write them down below in the comment section. And please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. That helps us out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see all of our videos.
And yeah, see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye!